In this video, we're going to talk about vectors and scalars. We're going to talk about the definitions, examples, mathematical representation, solved example on addition and subtraction and multiplication of vectors. Now, let's first of all talk about scalars. Scalars are quantities that have magnitude but lack direction. So they are not affected by change or with change in direction. Example of scalars are temperature, volume, density, energy or work done, power, current, distance, speed, mass, area, and so on. These are examples of scalars. Now, let's look at vectors. Vectors, on the other hand, are quantities that have both magnitude and direction. They have both magnitude and direction. Examples of vectors are displacement, velocity, momentum, acceleration, pressure, impulse, force, moment, flux, field, that's electric field, gravitational field, magnetic field, etc. Now, we use an arrow to denote a vector. The head talks about the direction. That's the direction of the vector. The body talks about the magnitude of the vector, while the tail is the origin. Now, mathematically, we can say that a vector A is given by the magnitude of vector A multiplied by the unit vector of vector A. Now, this unit vector is also known as the direction of vector A. So whichever you are asked to calculate, you just make subject of the formula. For example, now let's look at this example. If vector V is given by 2i plus 3j plus 4k, find the unit vector in the direction of vector V. For us to solve this question, the unit vector, that's V hat, we use hat to denote unit vector or direction of vector. So V hat now what are you doing? Tell you to eat it, you're vomiting it, spitting it out. What's on it? Thank you. Hello, Jema, son, follow me.
Come. Piano now. Come, let's go.
So the next example that we're going to see is now addition or subtraction of vectors. If, for example, we have that vector A is given by 2i plus 3j plus 4k, and that vector B is given as minus I plus 2j minus 5k, and vector C is given as 3i minus 1j plus 2k. Calculate vector A plus vector B minus vector C, and 2 vector A minus 3 vector B plus 4 vector C. Let's solve the first. The first says we should find vector A plus vector B minus vector C. Now, how we do that is by just writing them out. A is already 2i plus 3j plus 4k, plus, the reason I'm using bracket is just to put them separate entity as separate entities. Now vector B is minus I plus 2j minus 5k, minus vector C. I'll have to put it down so that it can enter. Vector C is 3i minus j plus 2k. Now, for us to add, you cannot add a to j or add k to another dimension. You only need to add I to I and subtract j from j or k, just only the like terms that you are likely to combine, that you are going to combine alone. So that will give us anybody that has I, we bring them. So what we're going to have is 2i. What we're going to have is 2i plus 3j plus 4k. Remember, plus and minus, minus I plus 2j minus 5k minus 3. This minus C, the minus is going to affect everybody that is in C. That's what you need to know. The minus is going to affect everybody that is in C. So minus 3i minus times minus gives you plus j, minus times this gives you minus 2k. Right now we can collect our like terms. We say 2i here is minus 2i minus I, another I minus 3i, for j plus 3j plus 2j plus j, another k now is 4 plus 4k minus 5k minus 2k. So we now simplify. 2 minus 1 will give you 1. 1 minus 3 will give you 2. 1 minus 3i. Okay, 1 minus 3i is going to give you, so we say 2i, 3j plus 2j will give you 5j, plus 1j will give you 6a, so positive 6j. For k, 4 minus 5 will give you minus 1. Minus 1 minus 2 will give you minus 3k. So this is our final answer of A plus B minus C vectors. So we'll go to the second question. The second question says we're going to find 2 vector A plus vector B, 3 vector B. The second question was actually 2 vector A minus 3 vector B plus 4 vector C. So the first thing we're going to do is to find out 2 times vector A. Remember, our vector A is 2i plus 3j plus 4k. So if we find this out, we're going to have 2 times 2 will give you 4i 2 times 3 is going to give you plus 6j. 2 times 4 will give you plus 8k. So this is 2a. The next one is minus 3b. So 3b on its own is going to give us minus 3b on its own is going to give us minus 3 times b. So if we have that our b is minus I plus 2j minus 5k. So having this, we open it up. Minus 3 times 1 minus 1 is going to give you plus 3i. Minus 3 times 2 is going to give you minus 6j. Minus 3 times 5 is going to give you plus 15k. So for vector C is going to give us 4 times C. 4 times C. Our vector C is giving us 3i minus 1j plus 2k. So what we're going to have here is 4 times 3 is 12i. 4 times minus 1 is going to give you minus 4j. 4 times 2 is going to give you plus 8k. Therefore, 2 vector A minus 3 vector B plus 4 vector C will be giving us this 4i plus 6j plus 8k minus 3b is plus 3i minus 6j plus 15k. Then 4c is going to give us plus 12i minus 4j plus 8k. So that what we're going to now have is we just collect the like terms. If we collect the like terms, we're going to have 4i. After that, we'll have plus 3i. After that, we have plus 12i. After that, we go to j, plus 6j. After that, we go to minus 6j. After that, we go to minus 4j. Now, go to gk, plus 8k, plus 15k. After that, plus 8k. Now, having seen that, we just resolve them or simplify them. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 12 is 19. So we're going to have 19i. 6 minus 6 is 0. 0 minus 4 is going to give us minus 4j. Now we go to k. 8 plus 15 is going to give us 23. 23 plus 8 is going to give us 31. So we have plus 31k. That is the answer.